Hey, Just Coastin family. So, if you want a one-stop guide on how to do Epic Universe right, you have found the right video. This video is a part one, but it's going to help you be able to plan your day, to be able to even do the park in one day, if that's, what's in your budget or your schedule to be able to do. So, strap in, get out some notepads and pencils, and take some notes, and let's head to Epic Universe and learn how to do it the right way. So my really good friend James is an employee at Universal, and so he was very lucky to be able to experience Epic Universe numerous times. So he was able to literally explore each land in depth, get ideas on how to do the park in limited time, yes, in one day, compared to spending 3 days, which we highly, strongly recommend. But he was also able to figure out how to save money while also getting the best bang for your buck. So if you only have one day to experience Epic Universe, we would suggest figuring out what's more important to you before entering the park. So discuss with whoever you're going to be going with your must-dos for attractions, the must-haves for food and entertainment, and if possible, get there before the park opens. There are 5 lands, but I would pick maybe 3 that you really want to be able to do the full experience at. And if you have the Universal app, it will give you the wait times and the rides that might be down, so you can plan your day accordingly. Figure out your top snacks that you want to try. All the restaurants and menus are available online, so you can kind of do that research. And pick at least one restaurant that you can actually sit down at. You don't want to walk around eating all day. You want to experience at least one of the sit-down restaurants. And towards the end of the night, please make sure that you save room to ride either Curse the Werewolf or Stardust Racers at night in the dark, because they are totally different experiences after the sun goes down. So you've arrived at Epic Universe for the very first time, and you walk into the park and you see all the beauty and all the people, and you can see Stardust Racers in the background, and you just want to stand there and take it all in. But there is no time for that, especially if you're there for one day. So you want to hightail it straight to Super Nintendo World. Why? Donkey Kong and Mario Kart are 2 really anticipated rides. Everybody wants to experience those, but they have some of the longest wait times in the park. Truly, if it says 70 minutes, you are going to be in line for 70 minutes. And hopefully you don't experience what I experienced twice with Donkey Kong. I'm not going to spoil it here, but you're going to have to check out my Super Nintendo World video or my full day at Epic Universe video to see what happened. And I hope it doesn't happen to you. But anyway, after you do Donkey Kong and Mario Kart, you want to go and do Yoshi. That has a shorter wait time, so you'll be able to ride Yoshi. It's a cool ride through the park. You get some great views. And then after you're finished with Yoshi, it's probably going to be in the middle of the day, because you've been there since the park opened, and you're probably going to be hungry. I would highly recommend having lunch at Toadstool's Cafe. The food choices are amazing. I had the Bowser Fireball Challenge meal, which is a huge spicy meatball, and it also has like a Bowser face shaped kind of croissant. It's like flaky, buttery bread. My daughter, when we went, she had the fire flower spaghetti, and it came with garlic knots, and it had a little cookie that was the shape of a mushroom or one of the stars. And then there's the Mario burger. I know friends that had the Luigi chicken burger, and they were really surprised at how flavorful it was. So there are tons of different options at Toadstool Cafe for all different palates, and I believe the portion size is reasonable for the prices that you pay. So one negative about the restaurant, and it's kind of a big one, especially if you have kids, there are no restrooms inside of the restaurant. So go before you dine, and then that way you won't have to leave the restaurant to go to one of the restrooms near the Donkey Kong Country entry, and which is across the world, and then go back through the cafe entrance and have to find your family and blah, 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 blah. So, but also enjoy your lunch at Toastal Cafe. And then when you leave, make sure that you try to catch some of the meet and greets. Toad, Mario and Luigi, Princess Peach, and soon to be Donkey Kong all have lines where you can line up and get your pictures taken with them. And also, don't forget to get the power band so you can collect coins throughout the world and play the games and then do the final Bowser challenge at the end of you collecting all of those coins and game credits. It's an amazing interactive game, and I highly recommend that you do that while you're at Super Nintendo World. So after Super Nintendo World, I would make my way over to Dark Universe. Monsters Unchained is a very, very popular attraction at Epic Universe, but it's kind of temperamental in the mornings. So by the time you've gone through Super Nintendo World completely, had lunch, it should be moving pretty smoothly. And you'll be able to get that experience while you're in the queue. Take in everything. It is such a very well put together queue. Something to see at every single turn. You will absolutely love it. After you are able to experience Monsters Unchained, you want to head over to Curse of the Werewolf. Operations are top tier at both of these attractions. So most of your time should be spent experiencing the small land that is Dark Universe. If you want a snack, one of my favorite quick service little food spots is Burning Blade Tavern. The other one is the Cottage, and they're both not sit down, they're quick service, so you order your food. They have very limited seating. Cottage doesn't have any at all, but Burning Blade, when I was there the first time, I got, what did I get? That baked potato that was, I mean, packed with all types of different toppings. You had bacon, you had sour cream, butter, there was some cheese. It was huge. It was so filling. I also got the little chicken. It was chicken kind of on a steak. I don't remember the exact name for it, but it was grilled chicken, and then it had a tzatziki sauce. That was delicious. Some of my friends that were with me got the burger. There's also these little charcoal balls that are actually black. They're literally the color black. And they're jalapeno poppers, and they have a cheese dip to dip them in. But yeah, really, really great food options. Really, really good. Also, another warning, like 90% of the food at this restaurant is very heavy on the garlic theming, and it just is going along with the theming of the of that particular, world. So if you don't like garlic, maybe you want to skip over the Burning Blade Tavern. And then at the Cottage, everybody raves about the pretzel that has its Frankenstein's face, and it also comes with a dip that you can dip it in, and everybody loves those. And then there's a dessert that everyone raves over. I've never tried them. Cinnamon marshmallow glaze balls. They looked amazing, but I believe when I was there, I was doing a sugar fast or something, and I wasn't able to eat them. But they are delicious, according to everybody that's gotten them. Every time that I've gone there, whoever I'm with always makes sure that they get those. So, there's a sit-down restaurant in Dark Universe called Das Steakhouse. Stake. I'll talk about that in a minute. So, we had a good experience. The atmosphere is absolutely beautiful. A little much for children because of the mannequins that are kind of, might be mildly not appropriate for certain age groups, so keep that in mind. We get in there, they almost are demanding that we use the mobile app. Well, I'm not sure what the building is made out of or what was going on that day, but we could not get a signal to get the mobile app to work. While we're waiting for all this to happen, there are menus that are displayed outside, kind of where the line is. Very limited food, so we had already figured out what we wanted. Mobile app still didn't work. We tried it with a bunch of different people that worked there, just couldn't get it to work. So we were able to walk up to the line where we unfortunately found a larger menu displayed up on the wall behind the person taking our order. So then we changed what we wanted because we had more options. So that was a little bit of a negative just starting out coming into the restaurant. We sit down, food comes out very quickly. Everything looked great. It could have been hotter. It was very lukewarm, and we're eating steak and different meats. So I want my food to be hot, especially if I'm eating meat. But it was very sweet of the people that worked there. They did provide us with a bunch of desserts to make up for the mishap with the mobile app, and those were absolutely delicious. I have no complaints. Again, check out my video, my Dark Universe video, or my full date epic video, where I go more in depth about the food. You will also be able to enjoy some character appearances walking around the park. Prepare to be berated by the Invisible Man. He's hilarious and he's salty, so he tries to ruin your day. Not really, but he's gonna play around and try to push a button. And then you become a science experiment by Igor because he's walking around, hanging out, dragging body parts. But it's hilarious and it's all in fun. You also can see the Bride of Frankenstein. You might also catch Frankenstein walking around, so definitely take advantage of those opportunities. And again, Dark Universe is one of the smaller worlds there, so you don't have to spend too much time there, but you still do want to take in all of the sights. So that is all for part 1 on how to do Epic Universe right. Be on the lookout for part 2, but I did link my other videos here in the description so you can see my actual experiences at these worlds when I was there. I went twice. The first time we weren't able to take pictures, but the second time I got as much footage as I could, and I would love for you all to check those out. Thank you so much for watching. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. Please support. If you love this content, much more is coming out, so become part of the family, and I will see you in the next video.